Hello, I'm Mick Hanloser, Senior Training Specialist here at Siplast. We're in Arkadelphia, Arkansas at the RISE Building Products Testing Facility. Today in this video, we're going to show you some tips and best practices for the application of Paradean SBS base plies in cold adhesive. Ensuring a successful installation is about understanding details. So let's cover some commonly asked questions. First question we often address is how to best prepare for installing SBS baseply with adhesive. Before you begin installation, preparation and safety are key. For these videos, we're working in our well-ventilated RISE testing facility. On your job site, make sure everyone is wearing personal protective equipment. Always start with a clean, smooth, dry surface. We are working over a glass face coverboard, but the substrate could also be a nail base sheet or primed concrete. If working under cool weather conditions, warm the rolls and adhesive pails by storing them indoors or by using pallet or pail warmers. It is much easier to spread warm adhesive, and warm sheet goods will be more flexible and lay flatter. We will be demonstrating the fly-in technique in this video, which utilizes pre-cutting the rolls into thirds and then stacking these pre-cut sheets. This relaxes the sheets and makes them easier to handle. The final step before installation is to set a chalk line to align the first run of product. Proper application of the first course will assist in keeping subsequent courses properly oriented. Probably the most common questions when installing SBS baseply with adhesive are focused on understanding recommended application techniques. Here are some key steps. The first is to pour adhesive and evenly distribute using an appropriate squeegee. In this case, a Siplast PA725 squeegee is being used. Application rates for baseplies typically range from 1.5 gallons per square to 2 gallons per square, depending on substrate texture and porosity. Span step downs with the squeegee, ensuring that the space adjacent to step down is filled with adhesive. Make sure to monitor adhesive application rates throughout the project. You'll want to minimize bleed out to avoid tracking adhesive. Next, fly in pre-cut sheets and position with 3-inch end laps. Finally, use a roller or an appropriate follow tool to ensure that sheets are in full contact with the underlying wet adhesive. Another common question: how do you properly finish end laps when installing baseply with adhesive? Lap integrity is essential in keeping the baseply watertight, especially if the roof is being phased. End laps should be at least 3 inches and staggered by a minimum of 3 feet between adjacent courses. Cut dog ears on overlapping corners to improve sealing at T-joints. Adhesive is typically applied using a 3-inch roller at end laps. As an option, hot air welding is often specified for joining end laps. Use a neoprene roller or trowel to apply light pressure at step downs. Gently probe side and end laps, especially at T-joints, to confirm that laps are sealed. If dry laps are found, seal them with a heat gun or supplemental application of adhesive. So that's an overview for applying baseply SBS with adhesive. Here's a summary of best practices. Monitor the weather. Cold temperatures, wind, and precipitation can affect application efficiency and quality. Ensure lap integrity by using the proper overlaps to keep the baseply watertight. Avoid excessive foot traffic over sheets applied in adhesive until the adhesive has cured. And above all, consult the Siplast system specifications for every project. Thanks for watching. For more guidance and step-by-step installation videos, visit siplast.com or connect with your local Siplast representative. Siplast is with you every step of the way.